So there's early trooper Harry Kalensky ended up being an agent for Seagull. Banshee, but I don't know. This is an early
But are you
version.
from around here, though, actually,
Yeah,
originally?
yeah. I didn't start playing in the scene until about 79, though.
Really?
So there's Al Harlow when he was Al Horowitz.
Yeah, I was around the same time I was phasing out of it.
Yeah, okay, so I was leaving as you were, well, taking over, right? Just, it's a shift. Morning, George. Okay, I don't know any of these guys. I might know some of the players, but I don't know them. Earthbound. Bowser Moon, of course. That's where Casey Boyle came from. But that's probably before Casey. No, there's Casey right there. And Keith Scott was in that band, but he probably isn't yet. No.
Yeah,
Keith Scott was in which band?
Keith Scott was in Bowser Moon
Was
before
he?
he joined Bryan Adams.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they wanted me to play with them.
Oh,
He was
I
in
bet you know
Zingo.
Mark. Do you know Mark Stadnick?
yeah, I played in Rage.
There he is.
You played in Rage.
Yeah.
Rage was the band that Mark played in after he was with Sean. Mark was
Wow.
in Sean's bar band. When I met Sean, he was in this band. That's
Wow.
Sean. That's him.
Yeah.
And that's Mark
What?
Stadnick.
Lance.
Lance, yeah.
Yeah, 50 pounds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Mark Stadnick.
I totally know him.
He used to live at Sean's house. I used to be doubled out. We used to all live in the same house. I moved in with Sean, and Mark lived there too. I used to be doubled over laughing all the time with that guy. And he's the one that sued Bruce Allen.
Yeah, he was trying to sue Bryan Adams.
Bryan Adams.
Oh, I meant Bryan Adams, because Bryan Adams fired him with
Yeah.
no good reason
Yeah.
after she's interviewing for the radio station.
Hanley Page group. Now,
Just record the
Bernie
shit as
actually
we're
was in
talking.
Hanley
Yeah, yeah.
Page for a while. Wasn't he Bernie Oven? I'm not sure, but I thought he did that gig for a
You
while.
might be on their radio show.
Monday.
She's recording for
I don't know who they are, but they'll never go anywhere.
Now, Hans Stamer,
That's right, I turned him down.
there's a goldsmith on Burrard called Hans Stamer Gold, but without
It's
the
not
Y.
him. Oh, yeah, okay. I remember him, yeah.
Played with him too.
Did you? Wow.
Big harmonica guy.
Holy Smoke was my friend Paul Iverson. And I don't know if Ross played in there too, but Holy Smoke was... There's Paul when he's really... You haven't met him yet. We'll interview him one of these days.
Okay.
He's the big guitar tech now. That guy looks familiar. Very
He
familiar.
does.
Doesn't
Which
he?
guy?
Him.
Hold on,
We
hold
know...
on.
I think we know him.
Terry-
Him. That's not Ian, is it?
That's Terry, what's his face? That's Terry,
Kellogg?
Terry, who used to be in the Roonies, Terry.
Oh, Terry Gibbard.
Yeah, that's
okay,
Terry
I've played
Gibbard.
with him a million times.
yeah.
That's why I recognize
Look at how
him.
little he looks.
Yeah,
He's so
I
young.
I mean, he looks familiar. but
They don't have their names, eh?
No.
Yeah, that's Terry.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Terry got me my first sort of adult day job. Well, my first day job in my 40s.
Isn't that
Jet,
that
I
Ken
remember.
McCall or Ken McCall
Is that
or
Kenny
somebody?
McCall?
Isn't it?
We were just talking about him the other
Chet?
day.
I think that's him, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, Ab Bryant was in there? Yeah, there's Ab Bryant was in there.
Ab Bryant.
Cool. Ab's a great bass player.
Look at
Carol
you.
Brothers, I played for Carol Brothers when Peter took off. So there's John, and there's Pete, and I guess that must be Paul. I don't know him, and I guess that was the keyboard player. Look at John, wow. He's so young. Pete's always kind of looked the same. Cool. Rocket Norton, who became Prism's drummer, who's Gary Wanstall, right?
And that's Jerry Doucette.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's Rocket Norton, Jerry Doucette, Rick Enns, and who's that guy?
Don't know. Oh, that's the
John
keyboard
Hall.
player, isn't it?
Bobby Pickell.
No,
Bobby
John-
Pickle.
well,
Looks
John
like,
Hall.
That looks like John Hall.
But then why does it say Bobby
Well,
Pickle?
they had made up names.
Oh, Bobby Pickle.
You know. Yeah, they were just-
Bruce Miller, Two Country.
Steel, don't know
Now,
them.
there's Frank. Was it Frank? No.
Frank.
Dado, right? You looking for?
Oh,
Data.
Frank Data.
Yeah, he's a-
Steelback, I know. That's who we were talking to Darby about them because that was her band before she joined the Headpin.
That's Frank Dado? No, it
No,
isn't.
no. He's in one of these things. Here.
So this is the Steelback that Darby was talking about,
Okay.
and I knew some of these guys, but no one looks familiar in that
They
picture.
interviewed Darby Mills for their show.
Oh yeah.
Don't know them guys.
Strider.
Don't know these guys.
I don't
Somebody-
miss the bell bottoms. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
And here's the drummer's wife from
teenage.
Trooper's
I did-
drummer's wife.
I did some gigs with him.
That-
too.
What was her name? Patricia something. She was married to that. She was married to Ron McGuire, wasn't she? That one?
Oh, okay. I know a lady that was married to someone in Teen Angel.
Teen Angel. Yeah, Jack Lavin used to
Michelle.
play with them.
Michelle Cherry.
You know Jack Lavin?
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little bit.
he's cool.
Winslow, I always remember these guys, but I don't think I knew anyone. Oh, Dave Taylor from Bryan Adams was in Winslow, okay. That's cool. I always remember hearing about them, but Vamp I never heard of. And Zingo, the best
Zingo.
band
There you
ever.
go.
These guys played my high school. There's Dave, Mark, oh, that's before Joey
Dave
Alvaro.
Skinner.
Vince, the late Vince, Frank Dado, and Keith Scott right there.
Keith
He
Scott.
became Brian Adams.
I've never seen that photo before.
Me
What,
neither.
what happened to Vince?
He died. He
I-
got
I
killed
mean-
in a logging thing
Wow, bummer.
years ago. Like he wasn't that much. It wasn't too much past this time. But I mean, they actually fired him right at the last minute and hired the guy from Banshee, Victor, because they got a record deal in England, and then so they kind of burn everybody. I didn't realize they ever had any other bass player but Joey
I thought Bird will be
Albero.
on their show. Yeah.
Mark Herstein. I have to ask them about
And
that.
now we'll play the High Flying Bird CD.
Yeah. Now, wasn't there something about High Flying Bird? Like, did you? Am I getting confused with the whole Valdi?
Oh, here we are, yeah. This is kind of after our lead singer left. We just ended.
And he was in a band called Bro. Sean was. There's Sean.
Okay.
Oh wow, look at you.
Well, what do you think?
Rock
do you think
and roll star.
You think I'm marrying a guy that's not a rock star?
I know.
I mean, seriously, what do you think?
Brent looks cool there, eh?
Yeah.
Wade brothers, Joel,
Oh, yeah.
Joel Wade and Brent Wade.
Cool.
Graham
Wow.
Coleman. Graham
Yeah.
Coleman.
Huge.
From, also
Yeah,
played
totally.
in Skywalk.
Totally.
Here's another one of Sean's High Flying Bird pictures. Stanley
Nice.
Park there. Here's High Flying Bird in action. There's Sean with his
Wow.
with his hair.
Nice kit.
Now he's
That
got
was
slinger
the,
lens.
yeah, that was Ludwig. Yeah.
Now he's got Slinger lens. Here's some now appearing the flames. That was the band he was in when I met him. And then he was embarrassed. The picture he blacked his eyes out
Why?
because
It was just a
'cause
bar
it's so
band,
much
right?
satin, right?
How did you
Yeah,
find?
it was so brutal that we got Mark playing guitar with us. This guy here, Terry Newton. It just turned out this is around the time Jimmy Carter was president, and he kind of looked like Jimmy Carter.
What paper was this,
Oh.
Sean? Here's an article.
That's a Georgia Strait.
The
But
great-
for this, like we had to do it with Bruce Allen, was Sam actually was our manager.
No, it's the grape. Is
Just a
that the one
second. So we had to we didn't have the clothes like Charlie and I and him too. We didn't have any kind of clothes. So these are all Mark's wardrobe.
Of course, he always had the wardrobe.
Yeah.
Mark, yeah.
How,
It was
how
so
did you
funny.
find playing with him? Did you?
Oh, he was
He
great.
and I kind of rubbed each other
He
the
was
wrong
so
way.
funny. He's hilarious. What a nut. I loved him. High
No,
Flying
he
Bird.
was real funny guy.
Yeah.
High Flying Bird at Foresters Hall, Sardis. $2 per head.
Wow.
Head. Only heads allowed. $2
I think he.
per head.
I think Lance lives
That's cool.
still in New West there at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a cool place.
Have you been in his house?
Oh yeah.
All those
I
collections.
was actually supposed to move in there, but then we had a big falling
Has Lisa
out.
been to his house?
No, because I haven't spoken to him
Oh
in
my
years.
God, he's got collections, original pictures, photographs of Jimi Hendrix washing dishes at London with a cigarette hanging out.
Oh, neat.
An actual photograph taken by the woman that Jimmy lived with. The photograph.
Who Colin from Sparkling Apple has hung out with, Kathy or something, isn't
This
his name
guy
Kathy?
here.
Yeah.
He lives in New West now. He's got amazing
I
collections.
pointed the house out to you. He is he used to have a soda fountain, whole soda shop downstairs.
Unbelievable.
With a jukebox, right?
Yeah.
You would
I
not
put some of
believe
those
it's like a
records in there.
freaking
And Beatles
museum. It's a
paraphernalia.
rock and roll museum.
Wow.
And it's worth a
Okay,
lot.
well, let's go check it
We
out.
we don't get along though.
But I get along with
Okay, me and Pat will go
You know
visit
what, you know what
him.
happened
He
with
said I
Lance? We were both kind of seeing the same girl, and
Oh,
I kind of won, and he didn't like me anymore.
Classic. What's this?
Oh, that was a crisscross I'd be meaning to do.
Teachers wanted.
What year's
No.
that paper?
1969!
Wow.
Well, there must be. Oh,
So-
first.
so-
Oh, here it is. No, this was our.
Here's
first.
the High Flying Bird records. Those are the ones that got
Oh,
put on the
can
CD,
base.
right?
That was what was that?
mushroom. It turned into mushroom.
Yeah.
Oh, but this is different songs than that then. That's not from those, right? Did those get put on the CD, Sean, or is this
No,
something
no,
different?
that was just some gig one night.
Okay, well, let's have a listen.
I'm just hated because I didn't have my drums tuned.
Oh, the drums aren't
I
tuned?
didn't have time to tune them.
Oh, well, Lisa can get an idea of your style anyway. They were really fast. Skylord, Skylord. You know,
Your water's boiling.
they're all hyped up on drugs.
This wine is
Oh,
good.
sorry.
That's okay. Kevin's great editing.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
take all that stuff out.
Yeah, okay, you edited. Sean used to be an
No,
editor.
this was my first little band with Sandal Spring. That's what it was. Ken Lerner. I think he's still playing.
Ken Lerner, wasn't he also in Rage for? Was he a drummer? No, you were
Sax
the
player.
drummer.
He's
Yeah,
a
you were the
sax
drummer.
player. Yeah. No, we were just high school kids, and this was our first gig.
Let me get that.
Oh,
Haha. I love old newspapers.
yeah.
Really? You should take drum lessons from the guy.
The bass player went with Sean. That's him. In the Flames, right? So when we moved to Steveston, he had a gig with this guy who had moved to Toronto. He had gotten his fingers cut off by a saw. Zeke, the keyboard player on here. And the doctor said, we can't sew it back on. The guy says, you have to, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
So the doctor sewed it back on and it worked.
Yeah.
So he moved back out here from Toronto. I had met him once before he moved to Toronto. Like when I first met Sean, I met him once, right? At this guy's farm out on Westham Island.
I lived on Westham Island.
Really?
Wow.
So Charlie lived on Westham Island, right? So
And Mortifee's house.
Is that right? I am Mortifee lived out there?
Yeah, that's the place Charlie moved.
Oh.
So when we moved to Steveston, there's a place up the river, it's called Britannia Boatyard.
Yeah.
It's a historic boat
Yeah, I
place.
played there.
Yeah, and there's a Murakami boathouse.
Yeah. We played outside there with Ray Roper.
And I saw Tim Hersey out on the dock, blues on the dock,
Yeah,
right? It's
yeah.
fantastic. Anyway, he had a gig with this guy and a violin player, and they were called 3 Bricks Shy.
Oh yeah.
Like 3 bricks shy of a load, right? And they played inside that Britannia boatyard. So he phoned us and he said, guess what? Zeke's back in town. And we're playing in Steveston. He knew we lived here. He said, you and Sean show up and we'll see if Zeke even recognizes us.
Yeah.
Because Zeke hadn't seen Sean since the 70s.
Yeah.
So Sean and I went down there. Sean looked like this, all clean cut, really straight looking, right? And we go in there, we go in the boathouse. Charlie knew we were coming. I stood right next to Charlie. I said, Charlie? He says, oh, Pat, you hardly recognized me, right? And I said, do you see Sean? He's like, oh, that guy over there, right? So I said, yeah. So this guy Zeke is the one that they're going to see to kind of trick, right? So Sean's standing there.
I'm sure you don't want